Hey guys, what's going on? It's Salvage here, and today we're going to be talking about Batman Arkham Legacy, and if it's going to be rather before Arkham or after Arkham Origins or after Arkham Knight. Now, before we get into the video, if you could drop a like, let's get like 500 likes. You guys got that in the last video. I'm sure you guys could do it again, and yeah, let's get into the video. So basically, all of this is coming from basically an insider who got a DM from Scott Snyder, and I can't really show it. And I don't even know if I'm supposed to I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to mention it, but basically it's Scott Snyder spilling the beans again. But like last year, he actually said that this game, the next Batman game that he was obviously going to be working on, it was going to feature the Bat family, and he said this like last year to some random person on Reddit who decided to post that, and then just I guess it was like 3 weeks ago, every insider decided to just start tweeting out Batman stuff and teasing that, and it was all in relation to this one DM that they all received from Scott Snyder, basically saying, Scott Snyder saying that the game's called Legacy and that it's going to feature the entirety of the Bat family. And, for many people, this has led them to believe, it's going to be rather after Night or after Origins. And it's crazy because it works for both. In my opinion, I wouldn't mind seeing either of these timelines, especially if we're going to be focusing on the Bat family. That really changes things, because if it was going to focus on Damian Wayne after Arkham Knight, I don't think people would have been interested in that. I don't think a lot of people would have seen that and been like, that makes sense, because it doesn't. Logically speaking, if we're going to do a sequel for after Arkham Knight, it would have to take place, at least with the Bat family. It would have to have those characters, continuing on the storyline. And they never did that in the DLC. So obviously, or at least Rocksteady never did that in the DLC. I actually think WB Montreal made that DLC, but I could be 100% wrong. I'm pretty sure they got a notable credit at the end of Arkham Knight saying thank you for the DLC help of all of the DLCs. But I could be wrong. But of course, what I'm trying to say here is, we never got to see the impact of Bruce Wayne's death. We never got to see the reactions to, of course, the Nightmare Batman. And there's still a lot of characters that you could use there. You could use Red Hood. You could use Nightwing, Robin, Azrael, Catwoman. If you wanted to, you can add Huntress. If you wanted to, you could add that Batwoman, because she was teased with one of the voicemails in Bruce and Wayne Tower. So you could do all of that, and that works for after Arkham Knight. But you can also continue the story from Arkham Origins and still have Robin. If you want to go ahead and do Nightwing, you could still do Nightwing in his early years as Nightwing and have Jason Todd be Robin, which would kind of work a little bit more if you wanted to build that relationship in Arkham Knight, and of course have Batgirl there as well, which would make sense considering that Arkham Knight kidnaps Barbara Gordon in Arkham Knight, the game. So you could tie that in. You could show the relationship between Jason and Barbara Gordon. And that could be really nice for, of course, future games that take place after, this game, if it takes place after Origins. So both timelines work. Both timelines still make sense for the entirety of the Bat family, or at least, a majority of those characters to make an appearance and to show up inside of this game. So this little, this game's called Legacy, that's like the only thing we got, plus the Bat family thing. The Bat family thing and the game might be called Legacy. At least that's what Scott Snyder said. He said that it might be changed because he worked on it a year ago. So, Scott Snyder worked on this a year ago. The game might not even be called Legacy, so this can be an easy dud, but it can still be true about the Bat family, which obviously, he said this twice now. He said this twice about this game that he also said that he was working on, and there's multiple tweets that he's deleted and multiple things that allude to him working with WB Montreal. So obviously, it's kind of all connecting together. Scott Snyder has been a very, very big mouth. He has a very big mouth, at least when it comes to this game. And it's crazy the type of information we've gotten from him, at least most of the people that have seen the DMs and most of the people that know about that Reddit leak a year ago and still remember it, because it's really absurd. It was just out of nowhere. I didn't even believe in it until this happened, until we got this DM of him reiterating what he said a year ago. But again, it can be a sequel to Arkham Origins. It could be a sequel to Arkham Knight. Both of them make sense. Both of them can have the entirety of the Bat family. Arkham Origins can still have Nightwing, Robin, Batgirl. It could also, I mean, geez, what else? Batwoman, if you want to add early iterations of Batwoman, you could have Huntress, focus on the crossbow thing and maybe have something to do with that. That would be cool. What else can you do? I mean, there's just a bunch of things that you can actually add into like both of the titles. And it's interesting. I like it. I really do. It's crazy because the main villain fits in both as well. Like if it is the Court of Owls, like if Batman's gone, then the Court of Owls would be like, oh yeah, we could take over Gotham now. But if, Batman's just beginning, like he is in Arkham Origins, or like, maybe a few years after Arkham Origins, and it also makes sense then. It's just crazy. It's just crazy that this entire thing can work for both of the leaks. And considering the fact that, their last game was an Arkham Origins or Arkham Knight sequel, it's still kind of up in the air if it's going to be after Origins or after Knight, because they still could follow that timeline of Arkham Knight. The reboot could have been of screw Damian Wayne, let's focus on the side characters of Arkham Knight, and let's stay in the future, which is something that they could do. But overall, it could happen in both. We just have to wait and see. Who knows when they're going to reveal it. My bets are still going to be on the Game Awards, but I've been wrong in the past. Hopefully WB gets the message and knows that we just want a CGI trailer, and that's it. We waited 2 years to see the Avengers play the same fucking demo for 4 months straight. I think that we can take a CGI trailer at the VGAs and kind of wait a little bit. I think that us Batman fans are a little bit more, willing to kind of wait, because we have been for the last 6 years. Just give us a CGI trailer. Give us a possible release date, 2020, 2021. Please don't be 2021. But please, I hope they get the memo. Thank you guys for watching. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Do you guys think that this game will probably take place or possibly take place in which timeline? I want to hear your guys' thoughts and theories in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more videos in the future. I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace out.